politics. Your voice, your vote, and the man of the moment, Newt Gingrich, scoring a decisive victory in South Carolina overnight, just 10 days after coming in fourth in New Hampshire. So where does this leave the race now? ABC's John Karl is in Columbia, South Carolina this morning. John, we have an exciting race yet again. Good morning.
No doubt, Dan. Newt Gingrich has already seen his campaign declared dead at least twice, and he scored not just a victory here in South Carolina, but a landslide.
Newt Gingrich is back.
Thank you to everyone in South Carolina who decided to be with us in changing Washington.
Gingrich's campaign had little money or organization compared to Mitt Romney, but he won big anyway.
And we proved here in South Carolina that people power with the right ideas beats big money, and with your help, we're going to prove it again in Florida.
For Romney, it was a major blow. Just a week ago, polls showed him with a double-digit lead in South Carolina.
Tonight, I want to congratulate, of course, Speaker Gingrich and my fellow Republicans on a hard-fought campaign here in South Carolina.
But Romney lashed out at Gingrich for the attacks he made on Romney's work at Bain Capital.
When my opponents attack success and free enterprise, they're not only attacking me, they're attacking every person who dreams of a better future. He's attacking you. I will support you. I will help you have a better future. I'll make sure that America is a place of opportunity for all.
And he offered a reminder. It is Romney who has the money and resources to run a national campaign.
In the coming weeks and months, I'll keep fighting for every single vote. I will compete in every single state.
It was a brutally negative race. But in his victory speech, Gingrich had only words of praise for his opponents. Even Mitt Romney, who he had called a liar and a businessman who profits on job loss.
Governor Romney, with whom I disagree on many issues, is nonetheless a good example of America. He's hardworking. He has been very successful.
So, John, has Newt now consolidated his position as the anti-Romney, or does the fact that Santorum is vowing to stay in, at least through Florida, spoil that?
Well, Dan, a double-digit win here in South Carolina goes a long way towards Newt Gingrich consolidating his role as the conservative alternative to Mitt Romney. But look, Santorum beat Gingrich in Iowa, he beat him in New Hampshire, and he got 17 points here last night. Florida's going to be a much tougher race for Newt Gingrich. If Santorum gets anywhere near 17% down there, it's going to be very difficult, if not impossible, for him to beat Romney. So clearly Santorum's position still being in this race is not good news for Newt Gingrich.
In other words, it ain't over on a bunch of levels. John Karl, thanks for your continuing coverage. We appreciate it.
We're going to turn for more analysis now with This Week host and Good Morning America co-host George Stephanopoulos here on set with us. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, what a night last night was. How much does the surprising turnaround reflect the issue over Romney and his not releasing the tax returns versus Newt's overriding message throughout the campaign?
I think there were two big factors this week that you saw. Number one, Newt Gingrich's performance at the debates. When he took on Juan Williams, the Fox moderator, over that issue of whether or not he was being insulting to blacks by calling Barack Obama food stamp president, raucous moment in the hall. And then secondly, when he took on John King on Thursday night over the issue of the Nightline interview with his wife, Marianne Gingrich, that really rallied conservatives. On top of that, you're right, Mitt Romney could not come up with a consistent, coherent answer on how he was going to deal with his tax returns, even though there had been a bit of a backlash on those attacking him over Bain. Those two big factors combined made Newt Gingrich the winner in South Carolina.
And what does this mean now looking ahead 9 days from now to the Florida primaries?
Very different state, Florida. Number one, it is a closed primary, only Republicans, no independents. That could help Newt Gingrich. On the other hand, it's a huge state. Mitt Romney has already been spending money there. 200,000 people have already voted. Mitt Romney is the only one who's been working those absentee ballots. Third point, it is winner take all. If you win by 1 point in Florida, you get all the delegates. So this is a huge, huge state for both candidates.
And is Romney at this point still considered the front runner?
Well, that's a good question. You know, every front runner in a primary fight, nomination fight, goes through one of these bad patches. Is this the bad patch for Mitt Romney, or is this the blow that has him bleeding that he can't recover from? Florida's going to go a long way to determining that. I spoke with Romney officials overnight. They say and they know they have got to win Florida.
And we'll be hearing from the president Tuesday night at the State of the Union address. You have to think that the administration is loving that this is being dragged out.
They want this to go on as long as they can. Now, remember, a long fight helped Barack Obama against Hillary Clinton. It also helped him in the general election in 2008. But they believe a long fight here will work against the Republican Party, give President Obama an open field for several months.
In your gut instinct, what are you hearing? Who would Obama rather take on, Gingrich or Romney?
Oh, it's not even close. He'd much rather run against Newt Gingrich. We'll see if that happens.